When a regional conflict suddenly breaks out, the immediate reaction for foreign citizens and travelers is to scramble for the nearest airport. The U.S. State Department escalates the situation by issuing a Level 4 travel advisory, the highest possible warning level, ordering Americans in 14 Middle Eastern countries to leave immediately. The instruction is to leave via commercial means, to buy a seat on a civilian airliner and head for the airport, even as those same airlines begin to pull their planes out of the region's skies. Within days of the conflict starting, airlines canceled nearly 20,000 regional flights. Major transit hubs shut down completely, leaving their departure boards glowing red with grounded routes. It creates an impossible loop. You are mandated to leave on a commercial flight at the exact moment the commercial aviation network shuts down. Tens of thousands of people are left with no clear exit path. The airspace over the Gulf is shut down because it is actively contested, with incoming drone strikes, aggressive military maneuvers, and widespread GPS signal jamming. Flying a civilian airline through the region carries extreme risk. As a result, airlines have to carve massive detours to avoid the restricted zones entirely. Flight paths are pushed far north toward Russian airspace, or redirected thousands of miles south over the African continent. A few people find a way around the closures. Wealthy travelers are paying upwards of $250,000 to charter private jets out of smaller, untargeted airfields. For everyone else, the options look bleak. Many families are forced to attempt long, dangerous drives. They form convoys for 12-hour overland treks through the desert, hoping to reach open border checkpoints in Egypt or Saudi Arabia. When you can't buy a ticket and driving is too risky, standard rules of travel disappear. The only way out is a highly coordinated government intervention. This triggers a specific protocol known as a non-combatant evacuation operation, or NEO. A NEO is a specialized military operation conducted to evacuate civilians and non-essential personnel from a foreign nation during a crisis. These extractions are complex, carry significant risk, and are treated as a last resort when all diplomatic and commercial avenues have failed. It starts with a bureaucratic trigger. The U.S. ambassador on the ground must request the operation. That single request transfers authority and activates a massive network of emergency assets. In the first phase, governments step in to replace the airlines. The U.S., UK, and France scramble to secure and coordinate their own emergency charter flights to pull their vulnerable citizens out. If the situation worsens, the protocol escalates to military extraction. The Pentagon deploys heavy transport assets, like the C-17 cargo planes seen here, into contested airspace. On the ground, the reality of a military extraction sets in. Desperate citizens abandon their luggage, filing onto the bare floors of cargo holds, and the pressure quickly spreads. The logistical strain of a massive airlift causes a chain reaction, forcing the partial evacuation of diplomats in neighboring countries like Pakistan, as violent anti-US protests spill over borders. A NEO strips away every comfort of commercial travel. It's a massive display of logistical power, reducing the concept of a flight home to a raw, militarized survival operation. So far, the operation has managed to extract over 9,000 Americans and allied citizens out of the immediate danger zones, but tens of thousands of expats, tourists, and workers are still trapped. They are sheltering in place, waiting for a rapidly shrinking window of extraction flights to open. This satellite image shows the Strait of Hormuz. The conflict directly threatens this narrow maritime choke point, where a massive portion of the world's oil supply transits every single day. This visualization shows the reach of the disruption. An 8-hour flight from the Gulf covers 2/3 of the global population. When these hubs go dark, the primary transit corridor connecting the East and West effectively disappears. The ripple effects stretch far beyond the war zone. A regional conflict breaks international travel and brings global supply chains to a grinding halt. We often picture war as a clash of missiles and military strategy, but the immediate human cost is measured in logistical paralysis. When diplomacy fails, the infrastructure of